Welcome. My name is Roger Williams from the Atlanta FAA Safety Team, also known as the FAASTeam, and I hold the position of FAASTeam Program Manager with the Airworthiness Specialty, along with my counterpart in operations, James Jim Cheney. Our job as program managers is to manage the aviation safety program in the state of Georgia. Our presentation today is to provide you with the required FAASTeam initial training for position appointment. Also, for viewing this presentation today, you will be receiving 1 hour of representative credit. So let us begin by talking about the history of the FAA Safety Team. Back in the early days, aviation safety, it goes back a ways. In 1970, the FAA introduced the Accident Prevention Program, whose mission was to reduce the number of general aviation accidents. Those employees who worked the program were called Accident Prevention Specialists. They were aviation safety inspectors tasked with accomplishing the mission of aircraft accident prevention. The accident prevention specialists in each Flight Standards District Office were to research the causes of accidents occurring in their states or districts and to conduct outreach activities to mitigate the risk of recurring accidents. To that end, government vehicles used in transporting safety handouts and materials were a familiar sight at safety seminars and aviation venues. They also designated a group of accident prevention counselors, which are the predecessors to the FAASTeam representatives. These were private sector volunteers who helped build our aviation safety community. Meanwhile, fueled by advances in computer technology, aviation was changing rapidly. Pilot training resources, including general aviation flight simulation, were developing. GPS revolutionized navigation, and the global airspace was reclassified. Flight management systems were making their way into general aviation cockpits, and pilots were getting more and better weather information. Well, in 1995, as things go with the FAA, it was time for a change. The FAA began to see that safety went well beyond just looking at individual accidents. A robust, ongoing safety program should address cultural and environmental precursors to accidents. The FAA realized that safety could be managed. The Accident Prevention Program became the Aviation Safety Program, and Accident Prevention Specialists became Aviation Safety Program Managers. However, the Volunteer Safety Counselors or representatives retained their title. In 2004, the Accident Prevention Program turned now the Aviation Safety Program, having been around some 35 years, needed a comprehensive facelift. 3 factors led to the decision that once again it was time for a change. First, in the first 35 years, the FAA had made a significant contribution to the reduction in general aviation accidents. Since about 1980, the FAA had averaged less than 7 accidents and 2 fatal accidents per 100,000 hours of flying. General aviation was then and is now the safest it has ever been. Everything we've done to reduce accidents in the past 50 years has brought us to this point of equilibrium, and we plan on continuing that trend with traditional efforts to keep the green lines where they are. But to get the accident rate even lower, the FAA will need to do some work on the national aerospace system and the flying individuals who operate within it. Second, we were also in the middle of a new way of thinking about safety. We were transitioning from a reactive or blame, shame, retrain culture to a proactive or just culture that now asks poignant questions about aircraft accidents. One, what has happened? And secondly, how do we fix it? Now that we are in this just culture, the FAA is asking these extended questions rather than simply pointing fingers and demand who is responsible and how should they be held accountable. This proactive cultural approach seeks to accomplish several things. Identify hazards associated with flight operations. Assess the risk associated if those hazards are impacting safety. And either eliminate, minimize, or mitigate the hazards to an acceptable level of safety. This is the essence of the FAA's Safety Management System, or SMS culture, and the Aviation Safety Program was the logical choice to lead the safety promotion effort. Finally, the FAA also realized that they needed focused help to reach general aviation airmen and to build a safety community. The FAA did not have enough safety program managers to do the job, so they decided to model the outreach on a team of program managers hosted in flight standard district offices who would manage the efforts of safety volunteers who represent the FAA safety program. Thus, volunteers are known as FAA Safety Team FAASTeam representatives. Again, in 2004, enter the FAA Safety Team, which comprises of the following: FAA employees and private sector safety volunteers who, working together, would transition aviation safety to the 21st century. Our mission: to lower the nation's aviation accident rate by conveying safety principles and practices through training, outreach, and education, while establishing partnerships and encouraging the continual growth of a positive safety culture within the aviation community. Part of what we do as safety team program managers is aircraft accident data acquisition and management. This effort includes aviation accident data mining and analysis, teamwork, instruction in the use of safety management systems, creation and use of risk management tools, and development and distribution of safety outreach materials. There is a large amount of data available on aviation accidents, but it can be somewhat difficult to determine exactly what should be done to reduce aircraft. The FAA looked to the General Aviation Joint Steering Committee for the programmatic direction. The GAJSC is instrumental in assisting the FAA by tasking the FAASTeam with outreach on their monthly flight topics and quarterly maintenance topics and safety recommendations to include safety enhancements for increased general aviation safety. The FAA Safety Team is given a national performance plan. This is somewhat how it works. The FAA received safety outreach tasking from the General Aviation Joint Steering Committee and from other data-driven sources. From that input, the FAA develops an annual National Performance Plan, or NPP. This constitutes the national work program for the FAASTeam program managers. Tasking within the MPP drives product development and distribution. Local data analysis conducted by the FAASTeam program managers in the field further informs our outreach program, which is primarily conducted by volunteer FAASTeam representatives under the supervision of local FAASTeam program managers. FAASTeam program managers are responsible for executing the tasking in the MPP, and they are also required to analyze local versus national data and develop plans of action for their geographical areas or states. Results of these analyses are compiled and shared quarterly with the Flight Standards District Office Management. FPMs also produce an annual report of data analysis and recommended safety outreach for each FSDO area of responsibility. FAASTeam data analysis is also a valuable tool for managers to use in allocating FSDO resources. The FAASTeam's work program is also driven by identification of emergent aviation risk. For example, although the general aviation accident rate is essentially static and the safest it has ever been, there has been a slow but steady increase in runway incursions and excursion events. We are also seeing more small unmanned aerial or UAS events nationwide. Working with the Runway Safety Office, the FAA is developing programming to address those issues of runway incursion and excursion, and the introduction and inclusion of drone professionals for the drone pro tasking and drone safety awareness. Adding additional focus in these areas will assist in identifying and monitoring the emergent trends and provide educational services to the airmen involved in the high-risk communities. When analysis and risk assessment identify an emergent safety issue, the FAASTeam responds with a rapid deployment of safety information that alerts airmen to the problem and offers safety solutions. Through our safety program Airman Notification System, SPANS, we can notify airmen of safety and training events, and we can also send email notices that contain critical safety information. This ad hoc response can be activated in a matter of hours through email distribution and social media messages. Dedicated seminars, webinars, and online training courses can take a little longer to develop, but as soon as training materials are available, they can be found on our website, www.faasafety.gov website. FAASafety.gov is our primary safety resource. 617,000 of the 800,000 users hold airman certificates, and the site is acquiring new users at a rate of 4,000 per month. It features the latest hot topic information right on the homepage, and users can navigate directly to featured online courses or search for upcoming seminars nearby. And there are portals for aviation maintenance technicians, pilots, and instructors. FAASTeam develops symbiotic relationships with individuals and industry groups who have a vested interest in aviation safety. These individuals will be known as FAASTeam representatives. FAASTeam representatives work closely with the FAASTeam program managers to touch airmen on a local level with our message of aviation safety. The FAASTeam have established relationships with federal and state aviation entities, and also with private sector organizations. We call them industry representatives. The FAASTeam hosts quarterly forums where flight instructors and pilot examiners can discuss instructional challenges and best practices. FAASTeam representatives work closely with the program managers to engage airmen on a local level. FAASTeam also manages the safety presentations at Sun and Fun and AirVenture. Here is a breakdown of our safety outreach for 1 year. It is an impressive record of accomplishment, and this work is accomplished with roughly 150 FAA employees leveraged by about 2,800 volunteers. The FAASTeam also conducts outreach for FAA offices such as NextGen, Runway Safety, and the Unmanned Aerial Systems Office, and provides safety outreach content for helicopter webinars. How about pilot proficiency? There is nothing like the feeling you get when you know you are playing your A game. And in order to do that, you need a good coach. The FAASTeam champions the Wings Pilot Proficiency Program. This challenges pilots on the ground and in the air with CFIs who not only review safe flying basics, but also encourage pilots to explore new horizons and to always do their best. Of course, pilots have to dedicate time and money to the proficiency program, but it is well worth it for the peace of mind that comes with confidence. Vince Lombardi, the famous football coach, said, "Practice does not make perfect. Only perfect practice makes perfect." For pilots, that means flying with precision, on course, on altitude, on speed all the time. Each Wings flight references the relevant airman certification or practical test standards, and successful completion means the pilot met or exceeded those standards. Pilots who choose to use Wings achievements to comply with flight review requirements are subjected to a comprehensive review and education program featuring flight and ground instruction. And every Wings activity is an opportunity to promote safety risk management culture in support of our general aviation community. We urge all pilots to earn their wings. Technicians or AMTs also need continuing education in order to stay proficient. The FAASTeam AMT Awards program recognizes individual accomplishments in continuing education. Mechanics who complete a basic online course and or recurrent training can track their progress on our website and receive annual recognition commensurate with their level of accomplishment. Employers who participate in the program are also eligible for annual recognition and awards. We also present the Charles Taylor Master Mechanic and Wright Brothers Master Pilot Awards to individuals in celebration of 50 years of safe, compliant service in the aviation industry. The FAA Safety Team produces a bi-monthly magazine that supports and broadens our safety promotion outreach. The FAA Safety Briefing Magazine is the FAA's safety policy voice for pilots and mechanics with the objective to improve general aviation safety by making the community aware of FAA resources, helping readers understand safety and regulatory issues, and encouraging continuing training. Online versions include PDF and e-reader, as well as a mobile-friendly link to featured articles. The FAA safety team also uses social media. One great advantage to social media is the demographic information available for each distribution. This data allows the safety team to more accurately target our audience and address their particular outreach needs. The magazine staff also manages their own official Twitter channel in coordination with the Aviation Office of Communication, and under AOC guidance, they have access to FAA's official Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube channels. The safety team manages 2 dedicated general aviation safety content playlists on FAA's official YouTube channel. Designed for promotion through social media outlets, the Let's Take a Minute for Safety video project is hosted on the FAA YouTube channel. The project consists of short video segments that inform pilots and mechanics on recent general aviation developments and safety issues, motivates them to want to learn more about the subject, and provides direction to in-depth learning resources. FAASTeam program managers are essential to successful airman remedial training. They determine eligibility, coordinate with originating aviation safety inspectors, development of remedial training curricula, identify acceptable training resources, write remedial training agreements, monitor trainee progress, and issue completion documentation. Then there's CFI interactions. Flight Instructor Performance Assessment is a FAASTeam tasking. Through data analysis, FPMs can identify underperforming CFIs and bring them to the attention of the office managers. If management agrees, FPMs can recommend training that will improve instructor performance. This is truly a win-win program that yields better instructional performance and safer pilots. In cooperation with the FAA Unmanned Aerial Systems Integration Office and the Academy of Model Aeronautics, the AMA, the FAASTeam provides FAA regulatory and best practices information to certificated pilots, commercial, and hobbyist UAS operators. Small unmanned aerial systems is still a hot topic, and the FAASTeam is at the forefront of UAS outreach. In partnership with the Academy of Model Aeronautics, we're doing the following: presentations on small UAS, brochures and posters and handout material. The FAASafety.gov website hosts a Part 107 course. The AMA has become an industry member on the FAASafety.gov, and the FAASTeam has also linked to the AMA's website through our FAASafety.gov website, and both groups are working together to reach out to the modelers who are not AMA members or participants in the FAASafety.gov website. We also host FAA's online course for commercial UAS operators and links to online UAS resources and continuing education opportunities for holders of remote pilot certificates. Several of the safety team's Minute for Safety videos address UAS outreach. The FAASTeam participated in design and are distributing runway safety posters at airports across the country. And distribute a variety of useful printed outreach products. There is also a field program that discusses the special hazards and challenges associated with response to aircraft accidents, targeting first responders. The program conveys critical information that leads to safe and effective emergency response. We got more technology. In response to another GAJSC safety outreach enhancement, the FAASTeam designed an interactive flight risk assessment tool and hosted on the FAASafety.gov website. The Flight Risk Assessment Tool, or FRAT, is also a free iPhone/iPad application with a companion watch application. It was designed to aid pilots with identifying safety hazards and the risk level of each identified hazard during pre-flight planning. It is primarily targeted for general aviation pilots, but can be used by any pilot to aid in risk management. The FRAT uses a familiar PAVE, or Pilot Aircraft Environment External Pressures Checklist, to make the assessment. The FAASTeam produced FRAT is a general aviation dedicated risk management tool that also includes safety resources, safety notices, safety discussions from our website, weather, DUATs, TFRs, and information on risk management and the PAVE checklist and the I Am Safe checklist. The FAASTeam FRAT is the only FLAT available for an Apple Watch, which also displays METARS information and auto updates. Since 1970, the FAA has been building a safety community. Airmen, educators, and safety service providers are working every day to promote a culture of safety. We infuse safety risk management principles in every outreach activity, and we support continuing education, proficiency, and remedial training. Again, the FAASTeam is comprised of anyone who makes a conscious effort to promote aviation and becomes part of the safety culture. As a representative, you use our website and take part in the Pilot Proficiency Program if an airman. Mechanics participate in the AMT Awards program, and you drone pros take advantage of the Drone Pro Toolkit. FAASTeam representatives attend live seminars and events in your area. Our safety promotion accomplishments are impressive, and we could not do it with FAA employees alone. Volunteer FAASTeam representatives leverage each FPM at a rate of nearly 20 to 1. For each FPM in the field, there are also 20 volunteers spreading the safety message. In fact, our entire Minute for Safety video project is produced by volunteers. The FAASTeam is the fourth pillar of SMS for general aviation, and we're serving our community, our safety community, every day. So, on what level should you participate? Well, work at whatever level is right for you. The designations are listed, and let me know what your level of comfort in volunteering in aviation safety. If you have any questions, my contact information is listed. You reach me at my email address, roger.williams@faa.gov, and the number listed is my desk. Also, my counterpart is Jim Cheney. His email and address and his phone number is listed, and we want to thank you for your interest. Again, your viewing presence here shows that you are a vital member of our general aviation safety community. The high standards you keep and examples you set are a great credit to you and to general aviation. Thank you for your time and attention.